So
Okay.
yeah, so but Murr, you have a problem with me putting dish soap on a cast iron to clean it?
100%. It's just not how you do it. It's just not how you do it. I mean, you can. I mean, there's lots of things you can do in this world that, like, I'm not saying you're ruining your cast iron skillet, but I'm kind of saying you're ruining your cast iron skillet. The soap is an emulsifier. It grabs the oils that have have penetrated into the pores of the iron, and it's stripping them away, which kind of ruins the point of the cast iron. What I do is I take some either like scalding hot water, or if I don't feel like the water's hot enough because there's like grit and there's grizzle in the bottom of the thing, I'll actually boil some water and then dump it in there. So let it sit for like, I don't know, 30 seconds, and then dump it out and just hit it hard with a paper towel. Throw some oil in there. You're done. You're done. No soap, no abrasion, nothing. That's it.
No condoms. Raw dog that shit.
Raw
right?
dogging it, baby. Yeah, because apparently, and I didn't know this until recently because I actually looked up because I had a really caked on cast iron pan. The iron from the cookware actually gets into the food, and that's what makes it actually taste better. There's like there's elements moving back and forth and penetrating each other. All sorts of delightfulness.
Sorry, yeah, I do. I do a little dish soap and hot water and elbow grease to get all the bits because I did steaks, so I had a lot of salt and just ground up bits, and then once I got there, I patted it dry, put some oil on it, put it back on the oven, let it smoke, and then turned it off. Do it in the back of the. I keep mine on the back of the oven. I don't actually have a dedicated place for it. Sometimes I keep it in the oven, and that's a real pisser because Sarah will forget and turn the oven on, and there's a scalding hot motherfucker in there that she needs that rack space too.
Yeah,
Usually baking some fucking muffins or a cake or something.
I don't know, and I just also found it kind of humorous. I don't hate on you because you're better than me at taking care of stuff. You're more clean. Your cleanliness is your cleanliness factor ranks higher than mine. But just the fact that I'm sorry guys, I was late. I had to clean the cast iron pan. I mean, I'll cook a steak tonight, and next week when I'm cooking another steak, that's when I'll clean the cast iron pan. I'll start the oven, get it starting to warm up, getting it preheated, and while it's preheating, that's when I clean my cast iron and then just go right to cooking it.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm with Mur on that one. Like, you washing it immediately, that seems unnecessary.
Yeah.
But hey, do your thing, Cleanliness is next to godliness, as they say. You know what I mean? But yeah, other than that, no, I mean, you can use a little soap, man. It's fine. Like I said, it's not the fucking 1830s. We're not using lye to fucking wash our fucking dishes. You know what I mean? Like, that's really the only issue there. Like, I get kind of where Murr's coming from, but it's very old school that you can't use soap on your shit. A little soap these days won't hurt your shit.
I mean, I know you're mocking me.
Unless your shit is bitch seasoned, which, I can't help you. If you seasoned your shit like an amateur, that's on you. That's not on me.
And by amateur, he means gringo. Let's just be fair.
I know.
No, not necessarily,
Here's how I seasoned my cast iron. Let's see if you approve of this one there, Alan. I took half a pack of bacon and just cooked it all at once inside the cast iron pan.
That's not a bad way to do it. I like it.
Right out the gate.
That's how I did the Blackstone out back, basically. I cooked like 2 pounds of bacon.
Nice.
Yeah, I've seen those Blackstones. They basically sell bacon fat bricks that you can just kind of do a wax on, wax off style with it.
$75 for that shit. They're like, look at this seasoning bar. Buy our Blackstone seasoning bar, and you're just the dumbass who didn't buy a pound of bacon instead. Yeah. They get you that way. You gotta watch those motherfuckers. They're good at accessorizing.
It's a good thing I don't have a Blackstone because I would have bought one of those fuckers. God damn.
Don't need that.
I remember as a kid, my mom got a cast iron pan, and back in the day, they used to sell fatbacks, and the fatback was literally just like the back fat of a pig, and sometimes you'd get it and still had the skin on too, and have hairs and shit that they just they blowtorch the back of the pig, and they're like, clean enough, and then they just fucking hunk a big square out, put it in a vacuum sealed bag, and say, here you go.
See, here I am thinking it's more like a bouillon cube style, and you're like, nope, it's literally the fat back with skin and hair.
It's like they took one of those cookie cutters and were like, yoink, and just pulled out a cube of fat back.
God, This is another. If you, I used to own one, but my cousin moved out and took it with him because it was his. Uh, and once I get more kitchen space, assuming I move soon, mortar and pestle. You familiar with those?
What
It's
is
like
now?
it's like a granite bowl and then
Yeah.
a kind of a bludgeoning tool that
The thing you used to like, fucking, grind
really
up
grind.
fucking
Yeah,
herbs, shit. Yeah.
but you can season those, and there's a whole like process to that because I guess I keep saying granite, and it's not. It's stone of some sort.
Forget what kind of stone it is, but it's porous, so you need to
Yeah.
season it, else it'll
So
suck
you
up
need
all everything.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just like a whole. You'd be impressed, Mer. You would like that.
No, I've seen them. I know what you're talking about, and I've thought about getting one, but I've also wondered how many times I'm going to grind my own coriander and
Yeah.
cumin. So, which is funny because I actually had the first time I told Maria, it's like, hey, I need some cumin. She actually bought like the actual like seed, and I was like, well, huh. So forever I've been wanting to like just get one of those bowls just to grind up some cumin for one dish and then put it in the back of the cabinet where it will never be seen again, like my
Yeah.
bread machine.
So what do you do? What do you do in the meantime? Just put it in like a Ziploc bag and bash it with your cast iron skillet.
No, just let it sit in the spice cabinet, just
Yeah.
rot away, and just dreaming of the day I'll have a bludgeoning tool to extract the flavors from.
Yeah, they were. You could make some good this is gonna sound like a cop out from a vocabulary term, but you could make some good mush with it. Yeah, you get your spices, then you add a little bit of liquid, and you do a little bit more liquid. You add some like orange juice and orange zest, and grind away a little bit more, and make a good just mush.
But for what though? Like
Like a topping for pork chops,
Mm.
things of that nature.
Okay.
It is labor intensive, but damn, if you're willing, especially COVID, when I was unemployed and getting $800 a week from Uncle Sam, I had some time on my hands, and my liver
bet you
suffered
did.
heavily.
Dude, I get sucked into watching these like traditional Chinese like cooking videos like on TikTok when they pop up. Like I now know how soy sauce is made. I did not realize that it's just like fermented soybeans, like just roasted in the sun over months and months. It is not a quick process. And just realizing that this black goo, not even goo, this black liquid that I'm like drinking is just literally fermented, rotted soy beans. Just never clicked for me.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know. I thought it was a whole process. This is like a lot of high fructose corn syrup and a bunch of salt.
Nah, dude, it's just some guy in a fucking like beautiful countryside, just walking around barefoot, hitting shit with sticks, and roasting a rock vat over a fucking open flame for months until it's ready.
Damn, I gotta get on that algorithm. That seems pretty good.
Yeah.
I dig that.
The soy sauce algorithm, yeah. That's good.
Just people whacking things with sticks in open fields too. Whatever they come
Dude.
across.
I'm
Yeah.
scared I'm scared as shit of the Chinese at this point. Did you guys see the kindergartners doing their thing? That viral video that's been going around? No?
Which one? Them like fucking. They got Chineses doing all types of stuff, man, in like choreographed lines and shit.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's that.
Yeah,
And
that's
they're kindergartners, right? And I don't know, it's probably propaganda. It's probably the greatest kindergarten class in all
it
of.
definitely is. Yeah. Go ahead.
And they're like both hands dribbling basketballs.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah.
and then they're jumping rope backwards while remember those little those jump balls that we had when we were kids? Like you was like
Sure.
two balls, one on top of the other. They're jump roping with that. They're climbing ropes with just their feet on the
Yeah.
So
playground.
are you nervous that the Chinese might give us a run for our money in basketball in the upcoming Summer Olympics?
I'm worried the Chinese are going to give us a run for our money in all things that exist, and that not even like the next Olympics. Like I don't know, these kindergartners are what probably 4 in China. So I don't know, like 10 years, maybe 14 years, we're 100% fucked. If this is how they're running their curriculum, where our kids don't know what bathroom to use, and these guys know how to fucking climb a fucking rope while jumping one, we're in trouble.
I mean, he's got a point. The only real reason we're anywhere fucking close to in first place is because we sunk a lot of money into bombs historically. It's kind of our thing. And then two, most of their country still hasn't figured out how to not use coal for power. But like the minute that fucking shit happens, we are fucked. There are so many of them. Yeah, it's bad news.
Well, not just
Euthanasia,
that.
man. Euthanasia.
Ain't just
Yeah,
a bunch of little kids in China.
Asia.
But like you said, like they don't even know how to use Not that they don't know how to use, they just don't have electricity necessarily available to them in a lot of the parts of China that you don't see on the news reports. And if shit hits the fan, EMP in the sky, nuclear blast in space, whatever, our grid's gone. All modern technology doesn't exist. There's going to be a guy on a countryside in China whacking soybeans with a stick and roasting them over a flame, and he'll have soy sauce in 6 months. Whereas I'll be like, can I have some soy sauce, sir?
Yeah.
Please.
That's how you talk when you're in dire need.
Yeah.
God, has the soy sauce, please.
Sir. Sure.
In post-apocalyptic America, soy sauce packets become currency.
Yes.
God, yeah, right.
And, hey, if you get yourself a duck sauce, whoo, buddy.
Yeah, some hot mustard, maybe if you're lucky.
This is where we're talking fucking oceanside real estate with that bad boy. You know what I mean?
I got 2 garbage bags worth. You can have my house in the Outer Banks. I don't give a fuck. It's all yours.
I remember hoarding, like, in the bottom, like, the crisper drawer, like, duck sauce and soy sauce, because, like, you would get, like, they didn't care. Like, at the Chinese food place, they would just grab a fistful and dump it in the bag and be like, I only need, like, 2 of these things. Like, one for the egg roll, one for the rice. And so I would just collect them. They don't care. Like, soy sauce, like Alan said, it's nothing to them. Haha, here, silly white boy, take all this precious juice of ours.
Yeah.
But yeah, one day we won't know how to make it, and it won't be available, and we'll be fucked from a delicacy standpoint.
We'll be soyless. God,
I mean,
Armageddon.
that does kind of suck, though, if you think about it. Yeah.
Then the term soy boy will actually be a term of endearment. Like,
Yeah, it's be an added word in the dictionary of 2032. God. Middle class holes, everyone. Murr, Allen, and Fox, man. To give you all a little bit of background, when we start kind of plotting a course for what we're going to discuss, we just throw on links and news stories and things that happen. And occasionally we get something on there that triggers or warrants an emotional response. And this in particular, this got Murr's gears grinded. He's got his soy gear blew up. Soy went through his head gasket and poof, went into the cosmos. So to give you a little backstory, Aaron Boone, head manager for the Yankees, is barking at the ump. The ump says, "No more. Shut the hell up. Shut the fuck up. Get back." Yeah, right. They were arguing before. They were chirping before.
Nope. That's not what happened at all. That's what got me all riled up. But yeah,
You might
you're
want to
telling
double check that.
No, I did. I've watched it 7 times, and I've watched it. I've actually zoomed in the best I can to look at his face. But you are telling the proper tale according to the home plate umpire at the time after the first pitch of the game. By the way, but continue. I'll do revisionist history when you're done.
I thought that they had gotten into a little bit of a verbal spat, and the ump said no more, and Aaron said, "Cool," going back in the dugout. A patron, a paying customer, someone who was sitting front row behind the Yankees dugout, yells something at the ump, inaudible. I'm sure John Boy Media or whoever else will do, some sort of lip reading, and someone will do a bad lip reading later on. The ump assumes it's Aaron Boone, chucks him out of the game. Boone loses his shit, a la George Brett, fucking pine tar bat in the 1980s, comes screaming out of there, and the ump doubles down. It's like, I don't give a fuck who it came from. You're gone. What the fuck do you mean you don't care who it came from? I mean, yeah, that it pissed me off watching it. But Murr, you were a little more vocal than I was about how agitated you were.
I've been in those situations where you are right, and then you've actually convinced the other person that you are right, but the other person just doesn't care anymore. And then there's like, especially then when it comes to baseball, there's like this unwritten rule. Like, I've already put my finger to the sky, therefore the gods have spoken. Like, this cannot be undone. What has been said cannot be unsaid, and therefore, toodaloo, Mr. Boone. You are now
I can't-
done. You can't perform your job for the rest of the game because I done fucked up, and I don't care that I fucked up because, again, I've already pointed to the sky and said no more. Ye be gone. And I
can't unkick you out of the game.
which you obviously could. You could just say, hold on, let us huddle up. And then let the third base umpire be the guy who's like, no, you get to stay. Sorry, that's our fault. Like something along those lines. Alan, what did you see? Because I know what I saw. And Wes, you're not wrong for thinking you saw what you saw. But on 15th review, I definitely saw what I know I have seen.
So
They
I
said
think,
it was 7. Now it's 15. Okay.
yeah, I think the only thing that I would say is like I'm with Wes on the fact that like Boone argued a call prior to this. It was a check swing that he argued, and the ump was like, "Shut the fuck up," and Aaron Boone was like, actually, he was like, "Thumbs up," like I'm gonna shut up, and that's
Can
when
you-
the fan guy.
Do we have
yelled.
it?
I'm sure we can find it.
But continue. You continue your version of events, and I'll
Yeah,
get to mine.
and then other than that, everything's the same. Like the guy yells, the fucking ump fucking tosses Boone. Boone rightfully is like furious about it. I probably would have lost my shit too. That probably would have called for like run to first base and pick it up out of the ground and throw it. In my opinion, that's how I would have went about it. But that's just me. Yeah, he had every right to be mad, and you're right. There's once you're tossed, you're tossed. You ain't coming back. I could, yes, in theory, be like, "Hey, gang, you guys want to make me not look like an asshole and fucking let him back in?" But fuck Aaron Boone. 2, fuck the Yankees. Fucking 3, fuck Aaron Boone again. Get your ass out of here. Go take a shower. Go back to the Four Seasons. Fuck, get the fuck out of here. Like, yeah, I'm okay with it because fuck that guy. But it was wrong. That ump's gonna get in trouble. He's probably not gonna ump the All-Star game or whatever they fucking get for being good umpires. Yeah, it is what it is.
See, I think that's what torched my asshole even more is because it is the Yankees, it is Aaron Boone, and it is wrong, and I feel like I still felt the need to stick up for the guy. Now, on my 21st review of this video, I saw that the ump does say something to Boone, but I don't think that if Boone was talking or chirping, I don't think he was chirping at the ump. And if you look at him, I think he kind of acknowledges like, yeah, I get it. You're warning somebody over here. I don't think Boone realized that he was warning him because he didn't say anything audible to the ump at the time. I still think it was the guy behind the dugout. And so when he's like, "Hey, no more, we don't want to hear any of that," and he's like, "Yeah, cool. Like whoever the fuck's talking, whatever you guys are saying, whatever, just stop doing that." And then he's like back to like looking at a dandelion out in fucking right field, and then the ump's like, "That's it, they're gone." He's like, "What?" And then he freaks the fuck out, rightfully so. And I feel like if it was me and no one listened to reason and was still going to send me to the back of the fucking locker room, I was going to go get some athletic tape and fucking strap my arm to, like, I don't know, the shortstop's leg and make about 50 fucking twists of the tape around ourselves and make a fucking human chain in the infield. And you ain't getting rid of me until I'm allowed to fucking stay. Because that's how that's going. We're not playing baseball today. That's how wrong this was. And it seems so fucking simple, but I get tired of these age-old, like, "Oh, sorry, I already did it. Can't be undone." We make mistakes. And I feel like if Major League Baseball, or at least the Umpires Association or Union, would be just willing to say that sometimes we fuck up.
No, the
You
whole
wouldn't
replay system is predicated on we fucked up.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
yeah, we miss an out call. You get the right to challenge it. And someone, jerking off, drinking fucking malt liquor in an office in New York reviews a play every now and then.
But that got to that point because they made so many bad calls that were egregious and they failed to apologize for them that Major League Baseball's hand was forced and was like, fine, if you guys are going to fuck up and not admit you fucked up, then we're going to have to figure out a way to unfuck your fuck ups. And so if you want, like, you got Angel Hernandez, Joe West, thankfully, is now not behind home plate anymore, but he sticks up for guys like Angel Hernandez on podcasts and things. And this is going to create just simply AI management reviewers. That's what umpires are going to be. They're going to either make a good call or when the bad call is made, let's review the AI that's it. Your job's going to be basically pointless.
Well, the tennis more or less has gone strictly Hawkeye's the software, but a lot of the major tournaments don't use. They have the rules official, who at this point is basically just calling the score, and then I don't even know what they have to argue about anymore. Occasionally, someone hits a ball into a ball gatherer. What are they? Ball boy, ball girl, ball person.
Yeah.
They don't. There's no like in, out, ace, not ace, let, first serve, da da da. But it's all automated.
So what? Do they have a screen up on that lifeguard chair, and they just look down at it and it's like,
Yeah, they show it to the whole crowd. They show it to everybody.
yeah,
So
but
but the rule the head ump. I don't. It kills me that I don't know the actual name. We're gonna call it the head rules official, head judge. They don't run the Hawkeye software. That's already done. It just runs itself.
It probably does pop up on a screen for them. It just says in or out.
I was just under the assumption that like they made the call, and just to speed things along, so that you weren't constantly like referring to the software. And then if it was a bad call or questionable, then they check it, and then you know what I mean.
So it used to. They had like line judges who called in and out for the duration of the match, and you could challenge it. Now the software has gotten so good, it does it everything real time. And you can still challenge. A player can be like, I don't know, that looked a little dicey to me. And and this is how fucking good these players are and how sharp and intact they are. They challenge something, they do the zoom in, and it's like millimeters out. Oh, damn. Okay, thought it was close. Well, I'll go on the next point.
Well,
but
after this whole, debacle with Boone, I was talking to my dad about it. My dad's a Yankees fan, so maybe a little biased here, but I was like, this is just going to turn umpires into what exactly we're talking about. And I was like, I'm talking to a guy who's watched the NFL since its inception as like the AFL, NFL merging together to make one league. And I was like, at first I wasn't cool with replay in football. And then he's like, yeah, well, I guess the game really hadn't been ruined by it yet, has it? Like, no, it hasn't. So we've seen, because of the NFL, that the game's different, but it's not worse. And so with Major League Baseball, it's been around for 100+ years. Guess what, guys? There's plenty of fucking research out there that suggests that the fans will get used to and don't really care if the computers are making some calls as long as they're right. We want right calls. I don't mind questionable calls. Like if a ball is like razor thin one way or the other, and the emotion of the game makes you call the guy out on a 3-2 pitch, okay, fine, that's cool. I'm okay with that. It makes it exciting. But if you're fucking missing by like a ball and a half, like low and outside, like kiss my dick. Like what's the point of that pitcher like spending his entire lifetime developing that pinpoint accuracy for you to fuck him in a serious game?
Let's throw the accuracy of painting the black, on a breaking ball out the window. If you can't tell that someone in the first row at your 5 o'clock isn't the Yankees head manager, the head coach, you may need your ears checked.
Yeah. Or just quit being
that came from somewhere. I don't know. Probably you.
Is that like a vendetta? Like, do you think like he already had like, hey, fuck you, Boone? As soon as
you got one. That's you have 2 strikes already. Anything else out of you, you're done. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, there's history with these folks. They could have crossed paths last season, 2 seasons. Who knows?
That is the one thing I like about. That is the one thing. That is the one unwritten rule about baseball that I do love is like the grudge holding. Like,
yeah, that's why John Boy Media is so good, because he does keep like a pretty accurate catalog of like this took place, a season and a half ago in Game 3 of the ALCS. Fast forward to today, boom! He got his revenge.
Now you see what happened was he had to have Tommy John surgery, which means he didn't get to pitch for an entire season, which means he missed about 80 at bats, and so this is his first time getting ready to plunk him. But he throws it behind him. That's not gonna work. You can't do it again. It's like, but he does. But I am tired of benches. You know what I am tired of too? I'm tired of the relief pitchers during bench clearing, like having to come fucking full across the goddamn
The
outfield.
bullpen's
Yeah,
trucking out
man.
across the outfield.
It's
If,
good.
if if there's a true slobber knocker happening, yeah, come a running, boys. But otherwise, stay the fuck out there. Jesus Christ. It's another fucking 2.5 minutes because they like to slow walk back to the fucking pen. God, stop that.
Take one of those umpires and have them control the outfield door that allows bullpens to come out. Like unless a punch is thrown, you guys can't. They're just like crowding in, pushing the door, like let us out. Like nope, punch hasn't been thrown. As soon as the punch is thrown, we'll let doors released. Bunch of 6-7 dudes fucking hauling ass across the infield.
God, they're really. When was the last good slobber knocker at a baseball game? Like real punches thrown. What, Bryce Harper maybe charging him out a few seasons
I
ago?
remember Odor fucking just blasting Joey Bautista's face into smithereens.
Yeah.
Who's the guy, the Cleveland guy, who fucking nailed Tim Anderson? I think it was the season before
I was gonna
last.
say Tim Anderson and some
Yeah.
guy got into it. Who the fuck was that? Did Tim Anderson
it's
get his
Christ.
shit rocked? Yeah.
Yeah, it was Cleveland Star. Why am I drawing a blank on it? Damn it, I'm a baseball guy. I should know this. I think about
Jose Ramirez.
it was if you go back and watch that, the this 55-year-old dude like does the two-handed stiff arm for each guy. He's like, nope,
Yeah.
nope. And as soon as he realizes that it's not going to stop them, he's
Not
like,
gonna
okay,
work.
that's you guys go at it. Fuck this.
I'm out of here. Yeah.
I ain't getting hurt.
That
Yeah,
is
and
one spot like hockey got things right. It's just like, look, we're gonna build a penalty into this horse shit. Okay, 5 minutes, simmer down. Like you're not kicked out of the game. You guys get to go do what you got to do to each other. Both your teams are gonna suffer for a portion of this game, but that's how. Like we get it. Emotions, tempers flare. You're big boys. Do what you do and get back to it.
I will say about it used to be more prevalent, and I'd say leading up into like the mid 2000s, and occasionally you'll see it about once every other year where someone gets agitated and just fucking butt end someone with a stick and really hurt someone. I mean,
Yeah.
it happened this season. This guy fucking got
Yeah.
almost just straight up fucking Manny Ramirez to the temple and put him out for a month, and that's. I don't know, like you're toting a line of criminal charges of like assault and battery when you do that. And I'm not like, oh, it's a part of the game. What you're saying is a part of the game. Using your stick in the middle of the game to fucking whack someone's temple because you've been pissed off for a quarter, or
No,
it was not a quarter,
throwing-
excuse me, I'm an idiot, a period.
Yeah,
not quarters.
throwing away the assault weapons, quote unquote assault weapons. Like throwing the stick down, throwing your gloves down, taking your helmet off. Like we're gonna settle this like men from the 1930s standing on blades on ice. We're gonna settle this like this. Like I feel like that's okay because yeah, you're not whacking somebody with the stick. You're not hitting them with a weapon. It's two dudes. Flesh and bone, let's go. Like that's cool. Baseball, I get it. You've got this fucking hard ass projectile that one guy is in complete control of, and yeah, that's not really fair for the batter sometimes. But getting plunked in the ass, getting plunked in the ribs, like I can see that being like you get one, we know it's coming, warning. That's fine. But I don't know. I watched a great interview with Greg Maddux, and he's talking about plunking.
Canseco.
Canseco, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like,
He's
weren't
like,
you
"Man,
worried about that? He's like, Canseco's a big boy. He understands the game. He knew it was coming.
Chipper Jones said he asked him, he's like, Canseco's up first. You sure you want to wait till the second guy? Whoever's second up in the bottom half of the inning, he says, no. If I don't pluck the first guy up, the bench will lose their respect for me. I don't care who it is. Like, God damn, listen to that shit.
Yeah.
That's Don't
Well,
mad
I
dog.
mean, if you're Jose Canseco, like what, 89? You take some 89
Yeah.
mile per hour fastball to the fucking meat. You're fine. You'll be all right.
He took it in stride. Canseco put the bat down, looked at him. It's like, motherfucker, I could bend you. Pretzels. I
But
could make
so,
you look like a human Annie Ann's pretzel.
so to summarize, I know I don't know the game as well as you guys do. Can an umpire throw a guy out of the game accidentally and be like, my bad. You get to stay. Let's just knock the bullshit off from here on out.
I mean, I think technically yes, but no, if that makes sense. Like,
No, I know what you mean because, like, no, like, yeah, you don't have to hit the guy for cleating your second baseman in the third inning 3 seasons ago. Like, you don't have to throw the ball at him, but you do.
yeah, exactly.
There's a Alan. Are you saying yes? Technically, the ump could say,
I
"Okay, I
think he
made a
could
mistake.
backtrack
You're
and
not
be
thrown
like,
out."
yeah, I made a mistake, but that's never gonna happen.
They're going to double down and
Umpiring is umpiring is fucking authoritarian by nature. Like, I used to umpire, and it was a simple joy in throwing a motherfucker out of a game.
Sure, I get that.
Fuck out of here. Yeah. So, yeah, they ain't never walking it back. I think you could, in theory. Like, they are basically fucking dictators, so they could be like, my bad. But dictators don't ever say my bad. So,
True, but the simple way you could have done it, and again, Flex's power would be like convene with his brethren, and then go up to the fence, grab an usher, and then be like point hard, like really hard, like mean at the guy that yelled from behind the dugout, and be like, warn that guy if he says anything else, he's out of here. Got it. Booney, got it. Cool, let's go. Like, that's how you save face. You call the usher down. You make a big stand about the fan in the stands. It calls this ruckus. Don't kick him out of the game because heckling from the stands is also part of the game. I've taken many a luxury being a heckling fan before. Plan on doing it again heavily. So I wouldn't want to be kicked out for some, good old rabble rousing. And just
in the movie version, they call Usher the R&B singer, and
Yes.
he dances down the aisle like, "Yeah, what do you need, ump?"
basically, that's exactly how it happens.
Oh shit! Well, folks, tell us what you think about Aaron Boone getting chucked. I'm sure there's a bunch of people.
I'm telling you, man, he didn't say a fucking thing to that umpire. He did not. He did not say it got both times. I'm saying he didn't say a thing.
Okay.
Both times.
I'm fairly certain he was arguing a check swing, but it wasn't anything like to do. Like, it was like, hey, really? And fucking Up was like, shut the fuck up. And he was like, all right. And then the heckler was like, your fucking mother sucks eggs, and fucking, you know what I mean? And he was like, you're fucking out of here. And then once you do that, it's on. You can't.
But
It's
you call ball like a girl.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
But okay, but just to summarize my rage, which I don't feel like we adequately got to. It's just the fact that I know, like, and you can watch it in the video. You did nothing wrong, and you're being persecuted. And I cannot stand to see somebody be persecuted unjustly, because I've been persecuted unjustly before. And so if I was Aaron Boone, I don't know how I would have been able to contain myself. And I think I texted you guys, like, Earl Weaver would be blushing from the grave at the things that I would say and do on that field. I would not leave. You've seen plenty of minor league or managers like lose their shit, throw second base, do this, that. It would pale in comparison. I would shit on the field. I would take a dump. I would drop my fucking pants and shit and wipe my ass with the rosin bag. I would not. There would be nothing off limits for me at that point. I would have Major League Baseball from New York flying in on a chopper. Joe Torre would fucking like be squirrel suiting into the fucking stadium to fucking resolve the issue at hand with just the nonsense I would pull off to prove that I'm fucking right. Make this right.
Brendan Fraser, a.k.a. Steve Nebraska, would be with him to fucking helicopter into Yankee Stadium.
That's right.
And by the way, I wanted to go back for our female listeners. That was when you call ball like a girl was a Sandlot reference. I don't want to think that, females are incapable. As a matter of fact, if a female could umpire or be a rules official in any sport, I don't care. There's like two in basketball.
There's two in basketball. There's one in the NFL. Like, I have no problem if you're a good fucking, if you
your eyes are good, and yeah.
and you know the game and you judge well. I don't give a shit. Don't give two fucks. By the way, oh man, you're gonna make us go down this path. There was some woman from like I think it was CNN who was just bitching about like being fired, and she's like, I was being intimidated, and she went through her litany of intimidations done by her producer, and I read it and I was like, yeah, I feel bad for you, but I would also feel bad for any dude that was in your situation. We're assholes, right? Men, like we treat each other like shit, right? So when you introduce equality into the workplace, you have to realize that you're going to be working with guys that are assholes. Just like you're going to be, I've worked for women that are assholes. I've also worked for women that are top notch, aces, A-OK. Worked for some dudes that are A-OK. Like, it's not always that the men are coming at you because you're a woman. They're probably just self-conscious cocksuckers who are being dicks, and you're perceiving their dickishness to be simply because you're a woman. Maybe it's just because they're just assholes and you're just their employee, but you're perceiving it a specific way. It's like, no, this is how she was saying how like, well, sometimes he would go dark. And they're like, what do you mean? Like, he wouldn't communicate with me through the earpiece. He would just simply type on the teleprompter things he wanted to say to me. I'm like, oh, yeah, I would do that. I would do that to somebody if I didn't like that much. Woman or not. I would just do that. He didn't do it because you're a woman. He did it because he fucking hated you.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean not necessarily sexist.
There's have you seen and I think she's still a rules official. I think she's still a ref in the NBA, but it's from like 4 or 5 years ago. Luka Doncic is teasing her and he is like, what? Why'd you call that foul? But you can't hear it. All you're seeing is lip reading. She's like, what foul? And I think he says like, that foul you called. She's like, what? Just confused. Like, what foul? And he says fouling in love with you. And she gave this like fucking, like, this fucking clown. Jesus. This fucking buffoon.
So that's innocent, but that's actually worse than what I'm talking about. Like,
oh yeah.
When guys want to crawl over each other to fucking climb the ladder, there is nothing off limits. Am I wrong?
No, I've said it dozens of times in the show. Men are shameless.
Yes. So it doesn't matter if you're a woman. If you're in the workplace and you're being treated equally, expect to have your fucking neck stepped on for the other person to climb over top of you. Doesn't matter if you got titties or a cock and balls. It's gonna happen. It's not personal. It's business. And the reason men generally don't do it to each other as often is because there's the threat of throwing your gloves and stick to the ice and fucking fisticuffs. But we can't do that with the ladies, and so it just becomes a lot more cerebral. And that's where we've ended up. So if we want equality, we got to be expecting equal shares of assholishness, too.
Yeah. Okay, and remember, Ron Burgundy will say anything that's on the teleprompter. Anything.
And so will Joe Biden. Pause.
Nope, not to say that.
That's got to be. Look, politics aside, that's got to be the funniest thing I've seen this week. Like, am I right? Pause.
That is really good. All right, and hey, speaking of men or boys being dicks, Murr, we got a real barn burner in Friend or Foe.
Oh, we got ourselves a doozy. I'm going to read a news story to you. See if you agree or disagree. Friend or foe. So some boys. Hold on. Let me just get to the story here. I was not prepared. I did not have the news story up and available. And now I'm just going to talk like this until the story loads. From BarstoolSports.com. Now, for those of you that are not familiar, Christy Turlington, still hot. Some of you don't know who Christy Turlington is. Look her up. You will not be disappointed whether you're seeing her in the year 2024 or in the year 1994. This Christy Turlington, the one of the last great supermodels, the product of a time in history when true supermodels reigned supreme. Oh, why am I reading this from top to bottom? when the magazine industry was still thriving, and there'd be faces staring out at you from the rack at the supermarket checkout aisle beside Queen Elizabeth or whatever celebrity who had recently died. That's the way this story reads. Okay, bottom line is this. Christy Turlington, supermodel in the 1990s, obviously had children since then. The children are now grown, and now apparently kids are heckling her children for nude photos that exist, obviously, in the world because that's what she took. She's now in her mid-50s. She's been married for over 20 years. God damn it, Wes. I'm trying to get to the meat and potatoes. Why don't you summarize this?
Yeah, I mean, okay, so first of all, I guess my question is: there her kids or grandkids? Does it matter?
I guess it doesn't matter, but it almost makes it worse if it's the grandkids.
The grandkids, okay, but basically, she has either kids or grandkid boys who are in grade school, and they're getting teased because mom or grandma, in this case, posed nude in the 90s. A hot mom posed nude, and they're getting an earful. Listen, little boys are fucking jerks, grade A dickwads.
That's true.
About everything.
Dude, I'm going to stick up for myself real quick. I still have not got to the point in this story where there's the controversy.
Yeah. Where's the controversy? Yeah, I guess we're friending it. All right, next
Okay,
question.
here you go. All right, here's the headline. Supermodeling ain't easy when your son's high school basketball opponents use your nude photos to taunt him. Okay.
There you go. Okay.
Okay. All right. There we go. It was right at the top, and I just skipped right on past it because that's what you're supposed to do as a journalist. You're supposed to get to the meat and not to the fucking icing on the cake. So anyway,
You're supposed to get to the meat and not the nipples, okay?
That's
Get to
right.
The real meaty part.
So I guess I'm gonna kind of throw a little curveball on you guys here. So friend or foe, if you have a hot mom, should you be ashamed of the fact that she is hot? Should that be something that is heckle worthy? And by heckle worthy, I mean it affects you emotionally, or should that be energy that you can then project back at your opponents? Because who wants the ugly mom? Which is better? Which is worse? Like, is your mom so hot that men of 3 generations are still ogling over her? Or would you rather like them not pay attention because the sexualization? Ooh, it bothers me too much. So, friend or foe, should the hot kid's mom, or not the hot kid,
The hot kid's mom.
this is
It's
taking
kind
a
of
turn.
busted. should the kid's hot mom?
Friend or foe, if your mom's hot, should you be ashamed of it? Friend, yes. Oh, they're all going to be making fun of me in the locker room and making jerk-off signs and orgasm noises in the shower saying, ooh, it's Christy. Yeah. Or foe, no, you're lucky to have a hot mom because at least you have money and you're going to have probably attractive offspring when you finally breed. So, Wes, we'll start with you.
Okay. So I'm going to say this pretty bluntly. Me and all my close friends, we all know hot mom or mildly attractive, right down the middle, or unattractive moms. We all know each other's moms by first name. Okay. And we often refer to that person in sexual connotations. All right. It's a coming of age thing. And by coming of age, we're all in our 40s and we still make these jokes amongst one another. It's just a thing dudes do. And if they don't do it, then fuck it. I'm weird. We grew up in a weird pocket of society and we still do that. That being said, I'm going to, did you say, hold on, which one did you say you're all about it? You should embrace it. My mom's hot.
Yes.
Okay. That's friend, right?
Sure.
Okay.
This has never worked out in the history of
I
friend
think
or foe.
in the long run, you're on the better side of the gene pool. Okay. And your mom, given what pair of jeans she's wearing those days, might be on the better side of the gene pool as well. You got the apple bottom, the bell bottoms, the nice little things that make the tush go up. Oh man, get me. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. This is like my question with this is like, where does the intervention come into play when you're trying to taper the other boys, clowning, right? If someone's dead, one of these boys' dads be like, listen, we got reports from the school. Your coach talked about this. So here's the deal. Jake's mom posed nude and she's really hot and she was a supermodel, and you're not supposed to look at that stuff. Okay, all right, go to bed. What the fuck does that kid do? Grabs his pad, boop 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 boop. Oh wow. Does that come from the school, an administrator? Like, okay, yeah, we know it's Chrissy Turlington. We understand, boys. We understand that your hormones are firing up, but that's my question. But in the sake of friend or foe, and I'm going to friend it. I'm not saying you got to openly embrace it, but let's just take a win, take a W where you can in life. You got a hot mom.
Yeah, Alan.
I mean, I don't really know. I don't really know which friend is foey at
I
this
don't know
point.
either anymore.
So,
Friend, you're
I'm just
embracing
gonna go with
your
the
mommy.
You can be, I guess, kind of proud of it. It seems fucking weird though to be like, "Hey, I got a hot mom," but like, you're gonna eat shit. It's just the nature of the beast, bud. Like it's gonna happen. Like I think Wes is right. Like, I mean, I don't know if I make sexual references about my friends' moms very often, but like it's happened. It's kind of again the nature of the beast. It's a group of boys. It's bound to happen. Yeah, I think you just kind of got to roll with the punches on this one. You might not like it. You either got to fucking throw down. You got to throw down on fisticuffs and defend your mom's honor, or you just got to fucking suck it up and understand that your boys are gonna be fucking making sex jokes about your mom for the foreseeable future. It is what it is.
Well, see, me coming from where Wes is talking, where we all knew the first name of everybody's mom, like, and I'm just trying to kind of up with a mom's name, like, ooh, Mackenzie. Ooh, 'cause like I don't know anybody's mom whose first name was Mackenzie. So, like, if I accidentally said somebody's mom's name that knows me, totally inadvertent. But it would almost be worse if you knew your mom was like butt trash, and it's like, oh yeah, and I was thinking about Mackenzie last night. It's like, no, my mom's ugly. I mean, you wouldn't be jerking off to her, like.
Why'd you do that? That seems weird.
It seems weird. My mom, like, she's got like that weird like mole like right there by her eye. I mean, like, there's nothing attractive. Yeah,
She has
so
Bell's
like,
palsy.
so like, if your mom is hot, and it's like, ooh, oh yeah, Christy. Ooh, I was thinking about Christy last night. It's like, yeah, you should. Like, incest is wrong, but yeah, I would have fucked my mom in the '90s too if I didn't know her. God damn, look at her. Look at these pictures, and you got the old Playboy. And Wes, you were talking about earlier before the show, like,
Yeah. Okay. So I said thousands, tens of thousands of women have posed nude, whether it be tasteful nudes in Playboy or whatever, in their younger years, and then these people went on to have children. This can't be the first time where someone was getting flack about their hot mom posing nude.
sure, but this is the thing: is Christy Turlington is like nuclear hot. And she's so nuclear hot that people were like, "Oh, we got to scan that image and put it on the internet." Like, you're right. There's thousands of women who pose nude that
Bo
are.
Derek, did she have kids?
I don't know, but I mean, but she continued to pose nude well into her 50s, because I have that issue as well, and she still looked good. The point I'm making though is that those things are cataloged on papyrus somewhere in some creepy old man's fucking den that smells like hickory and fucking like tobacco from some cherry tree. I don't know. But you know what I mean? There's a lot of women who pose nude that didn't make it to the internet era from back in the day. And so now, this generation's a little bit different, because I think most of the nude photos of anybody that's 20 and probably I'd say 20 and younger, their mom's nude photos are on the internet. But Christy Turlington, her nude photos came out before the internet. It's just she was so hot that people were like, I got to share this with everybody I know. Even still, this has to be kept in the record forever. Like, I was I was doing some research earlier, and I'm just like, this chick, like, a lot of times when you go back and you look at the retro photos of supermodels of ages gone by, you're like, okay, she was hot for the time. Christy Turlington is hot for whatever time. It doesn't matter.
Right.
And like, I was looking at some of her younger photos. I'm like, because back in the day, like, chicks didn't work out like they do now. Christy Turlington just looks like a hot chick, period, from any era.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
You're talking about those those IG models that have those fucking like fake asses.
Yeah, and Christy Turlington didn't have the option of Photoshop. She probably didn't go to the gym that she might have run a little bit. She's blessed with great genetics. That's it.
Yeah.
Like such good genetics that like kids today, I don't know. I mean, were they showing up with like sandwich board signs at the basketball game with nude photos on them?
Like the trifold poster boards. Yay! I do. Okay, I disagree with you to a point because I think if you were a Playmate of the Year in the late '90s, okay, I think if those people who had kids, that's getting uncovered. Here's one: 1998 Playmate of the Year, Karen McDougal. If she had kids, I guarantee you that kid's friends, albeit if she had a boy, are fucking like, holy fuck.
Sure.
Wow. I need to go eat some spaghetti in the bathroom by myself.
It's weird, but yes.
So I mean, you're basically saying Turlington. I mean, do you know who Karen McDougal is? Does that name ring a bell? Okay,
No.
but I someone of her ilk in that era, if they had a boy, a son, I guarantee you this is happening.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you, but I mean, but like if you go back to like Playmate of the Year 1983,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna remember Karen McDougal or you know what I mean, like, and that McDougal chick was close enough to the internet era that someone probably took a picture or scanned it and put it on the internet, and it's gonna live in infamy. But some of these other chicks, like, you know, that's gonna go on the shelf. Their kids might not even know they posed nude in a magazine at any point in their lives, but
Oh, wouldn't that be a fucking real tale if it came unfoiled amongst your group of buddies? Hey man, look, your mom who posed nude. Like, what? Yeah, she did. What are you talking about? Yeah, let's check this out. Oh fuck.
even worse. What if you were perusing some retro photos on the internet and you were like, that kind of looks like mom.
Doing your own research.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think, I guess at the end of the day, where I'm friend or foeing this thing is like, it's always going to suck. Like if your mom posed nude, hot or not, it's going to suck to know it's out there. I just think it would suck more if she is obviously an unattractive woman who ended up with nude photos on the internet. Like imagine like somebody found like a shoebox full of Polaroids and decided to like fucking scan those and put them on the internet. And it's like, I didn't know nipples could go that low.
Someone picked something up at an estate sale and then, you know, just like, oh my Lord.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
Full bush too.
Yeah. And to know that those are unattractive photos that are still nudes that still exist. I would prefer that my mom was the supermodel to where it's like, can you blame her for being nude? She shouldn't have worn clothes from the time she was 22 till the time she was 34. That's almost a crime against humanity. So you're welcome. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I just won the game.
But you can't say that. That argument makes it weird. I get the sentiment, but if you can't use that as the kid who's getting roasted.
Sure, but it would be better to use that argument as the kid with the hot mom that's getting roasted than the kid with the not hot mom that's in the same situation.
Yes, but in neither situation is that argument like valid, because then I'm fucking roasting you for being a weirdo.
Sure, but I'm just saying it's degrees of fuckery like that. We're dealing with raised within margins.
I would rather make fun of I'd rather you jerk it to my mom than fucking. You know what I mean? Be like, fuck, like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I think I would rather just leave it. Let's not dive into even further fucking reasons to make fun of me. Like, I'm not gonna be like, yeah, well, my mom's hot. She should have been naked the whole time during the 20s.
I know,
but
but
my friends would have been like, you're fucking weird, man. We're maybe not friends anymore. Like, I'm still
And
gonna
if we
jerk
are
it to your
remain,
mom. You should have just left it alone. Like, but
and if we do remain friends, I'm going to roast you more now because you're
yeah,
weird.
exactly.
Well, here, I guess. See, I feel like if you knew that your buddy jerked it to your mom's nude photos, that would invalidate their roasting of you for having a hot mom. Like, oh, did you touch yourself? Like, did you? Maybe. Fuck you then. Like, what the fuck you? What leg do you have to stand on if you found her hot enough to bust one to it?
It's not my mom. Like,
That's true. That's true.
you can't be like, my mom's hot. Yeah, because then it just. I mean, maybe it's some reverse psychology shit, and then I'm like, oh man, he probably jerks it to his mom. I can't. That's like weird for me now. You know what I mean? Like, and then I stopped jerking it to your mom because I found out that you probably jerk it to your mom based on the way you've reacted. You know what I mean? Like, then maybe the reverse psychology works, but in all instances here, you're getting roasted. One, because I'm jerking it to your mom, or two, because you think your mom's hot enough that I should be jerking it, and that's fucking weird. So
That's true. That is a
bad guy here.
That is a bad argument for me. I do agree with you, but I think we get the point.
Yes,
It's kind of, but it kind of comes back to that whole like men are pigs, equality. You know, the whole thing about the CNN lady in the workplace. It's like, look, dudes are assholes. Period.
Sure.
You just have to learn how to navigate those waters and sail those seas.
This is a good true story. I was organizing an opening day extravaganza that required, I think, like 20 tickets, and just there were some people who didn't have Facebook and social media, so it was best on email. I put it out there, and then Lion Raxon writes on the email about something sexual about my mother. And my dad was on that email chain because he was attending. So he thinks it's funny to show my mom. And my mother was like, oh my God, is that how you all talk to each other? And I was like, yeah, we do. And he's like, and then he said, she asked me something. And I was like, look, his mom's name's Lisa. Yep, I know, because we joke about it. And she was more pissed off about the fact that he didn't spell her name right. She's like, it's Diane with one N. How does he not know that? I don't know. I don't fucking know.
That's why we all love your mother, Wes. Okay, because
he's illiterate. You know this. He barely passed high school.
Oh my God. Oh, and you know what? I'm so grateful.
I'm glad my dad showed her that. That was funny.
Yeah. No, I'm glad for that too, because like now, what was his name?
Lion.
Lion Raxon. Lion Raxon now has to still, to this day, live with the fact that she knows what he said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
And there's no person in this world who is able to shoot guilt into your soul with her eyeballs more than Diane with one N Fox.
yeah, Diane with one N Fox. Fucking Professor X is what I called her growing up. So fucking God, man. I think she ever yelled at me like 2 times ever, and it was warranted too. I called her a faggot once.
Of all the
This was in the early 90s, by the way, when you could still say that
I was looking at
to someone who was obviously heterosexual.
I was looking at Chrissy Turlington.
It was Dad's magazines. I saw him. Is that the friend or foe?
I think that's the friend or foe. I think we're gonna again degrees of they're very minute here. So I guess we're gonna go friend, only because it's better to have the positive thing, which is hot mom, than to have the negative thing, which is not hot mom. So if you're gonna get heckled for it one way or the other, better to be heckled for the positive reason than the negative reason.
Yeah, I think we've done bits on here where either the PTA association is shunning someone for having an OnlyFans page.
Right.
I think we've done a couple of those. And this here is obviously a very specific case of a supermodel from the 80s and 90s. I would like to see if we can grab one that's similar to this with a porn star. someone who did hardcore and then has a kid, and then that kid's buddies are like, yo.
I don't remember her name, but I did see recently there's a porn star who like is not a porn star anymore, and she's like somehow like filing a lawsuit to have like all of her videos like scrubbed from the internet. And
Is it Lana Rhodes?
That's it. That is
Yeah.
it. 100%.
I think I saw that too. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, and so this is, but that would be to me like Exhibit A, like patient zero, like for how that would work out in the future. I mean, OnlyFans though is different, I think, because like in Christy Turlington's case, like an entire group of agencies whose whole job is to find people of superior attraction to model their stuff. And it got to a point where it's like, we're not just going to model like swimwear. We're actually going to model your entire body because it is so superior to the other bodies that exist on planet Earth. We're going to pay you for these pictures. Whereas OnlyFans is like, you want to see it? You know, like you're volunteering and taking donations.
Yeah.
Where this isn't a career, this is a hobby. And I guess you pray for your hobby to be so profitable that you don't need a career anymore. So, like, that's the difference between, I think, OnlyFans and being a
but
supermodel.
I'm talking about like Triple X. That's not a hobby. That's a job.
Well, you know, you love what you do.
I suppose.
Never work a day in your life.
I do enjoy that there have been like tutorials about, because growing up there was this romantic view of men be like, yeah, I could be a porn star, to have sex all day, and then the people who are in the business basically saying there's a reason you see the same like 10 guys all the time, because they can deal with the lights and 30 people around and all the pop and circumstance and everything that's happening around them, and they can drown it out and fucking perform. You get some schlep off the street, he's like, yeah, I could do that. I could fuck on camera. And they're like, oh man, this sound guy's got the boom mic up my ass. What the hell's going on here?
Grundle cam rolling.
Yeah,
Yeah, but now with like Viagra and Cialis and all that stuff and Blue Chew and yada yada, like, you know, I feel like maybe you've there's performance enhancing drugs, I guess, is the point now. If you really wanted that for yourself, but yeah, no, there was a point where I was just like, nah, you know, I just rather not. That just doesn't seem like fun.
Wait, there was a point where you're saying you would just rather not be a porn star?
Yeah. Like, of course, there was a time in high school where I was like, yeah, that'd be great, man, just banging hot chicks all day. And then it's like, no, I don't know, because I've seen that chick with like all the other guys now.
That's right. There's a mutual friend of all of ours who had this great idea. He said he would write, star, and direct in his own porn, and it would be a foursome with 3 chicks. And then after he finished, he'd be like, cut, all wrong, totally wrong. This scene is crap. We're gonna be back here in an hour and do it all over again.
Dude, there's a lot of tales of like leading men in Hollywood like accidentally messing up like sex scenes and things. Yeah,
It was like Donald Sutherland. I've heard a few of those. Yeah, you know, they had to wear like a sock over their junk.
Yeah, but you know what? You know, you do enough takes, that sock might fill up.
Gotcha. The sock ain't big enough. Fair enough. All right, I think we've beat this horse.
Oh yeah.
Friend or foe me up, Murr.
Let's do it. Let's learn some knowledge. Let's give you 5 fun facts for you fuckers. On a Friday, it is OMG Facts. Brought to you, of course, by our great friend, keeping it in the smut department, Cuckster. Cuckster for Life. You can find the Cuckster on Instagram. Cuckster, the number 4, Life on Instagram. Cuckster is currently on his North American tour of every seedy hotel, motel, not Holiday Inn in America at this time. Where's Cuckster next there, Wesley?
Yeah, Cuckster just made a pit stop in Fort Wayne, Indiana. You learned a little bit about the culture, some of the festivals that they have, and just some of the things you don't think about in the heartland. Next is Grand Rapids, Michigan. So for all of you Michigan folks, stand by. Cuckster and his wife are blitzing through town.
Actually, hold on. He's saying what? Grand Rapids, Michigan. You say? I have his itinerary actually in front of me. He's going to be at the Rainbow Motel, specifically in Grand Rapids, Michigan. If you
the Rainbow Motel. God, I am certain that place is 2 stars.
You're generous, sir.
Yeah, that ice machine just goes like when you push on it. No ice comes out.
I actually saw a post recently about somebody not bitching about ice machines, but asking the question, like, why are ice machines so fucking important in a hotel? Like, I've never been to a hotel and like, ooh, need me some ice. What floor is that on? Like, if you stumble upon it, yeah.
See, because I if I can, especially with the ice bucket that has the plastic liner, I fill it up and let it melt for the morning.
For what reason?
To hydrate. Put the cup in there and boom, get some fresh fucking water.
It's the same water that comes out of the tap.
Oh man, it's nice and cold, nice and chilled.
But you have a refrigerator in all your hotel rooms now.
Yeah, some of the ones I've been to, there's no refrigerator, just an ice machine.
Well, I guess if you're going to the Rainbow Motel, there probably is no refrigerator in the room. That's a fair point.
The El Capitan.
Let's get to it. 5 fun facts for you fuckers on a Friday. Did you know a duffel bag is so called because the thick wool originally used to make the bags came from the Belgian town of Duffel?
I did not.
The thick wool.
I guess.
Yeah. Honestly, it's facts like those that make me love Fun Fact Friday. The fact, like champagne, like we all call a sparkling white wine champagne. However, we all know from the pretentious cocksmokers that have brought it to our attention for the past 2.5 decades that, like, oh no, champagne can only come from Champagne, France. A duffel bag, technically, if you want to call it that, must be made from wool from the town of Duffel in Belgium.
Thick wool. Those things are well fed, well beaten too. Got to toughen them up. Makes the duffel bag tough.
The sheep or the wool?
The sheep. They used to bring. They'd bring in soy farmers to whack them with sticks. Get the hide nice and thick.
That's right. I'm going to send you that video, man. I'm telling you, it's like 30 minutes long. Soy sauce. Honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. When I put any soy sauce, like pork chops, this is what I do for my pork chops. I do a stir fry oil, and then I do sesame oil, and then I do soy sauce. I'm like, fuck, man, be nice with the soy sauce, okay? It took some poor Asian man like half a year to make this fucking amount. So be nice. Don't overdo it. Don't underdo it. Don't undersell yourself. You bought it. But be gentle with the soy sauce.
You probably get that low sodium shit though.
No, fuck no. I get all that. Get every goddamn
You get the red
bit.
top, right? Don't get don't get the green top. Get that red top.
Yeah, fuck that. Why would I do any other? No, I'm at a point in my life where I run so many goddamn miles every week. I'm just like, no, I do not skimp. There's no calorie that's off limits for this guy when it comes to eating. All right, that's it.
Fair enough.
Enjoy it.
You eat the duffel wool too?
Goddamn right I do.
I thought so.
It's a little tough though. Did you know there are 52 million tons of paper products that were recycled in 2018? That's roughly the same weight as almost 350,000 blue whales. Every Sunday in the United States, we waste nearly 90% of the recycled newspapers. This wastes about 500,000 trees. I got myself lost at the blue whales because I did not know they were a unit of measurement.
It said 350,000.
They are.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, hold on. Let's dissect this one if we could, please.
Okay.
There are more than 52 million tons of paper products recycled. That's roughly the same weight as 350,000 blue whales. Now
Right.
this,
What I
yeah.
took away from that is because that amount of blue whales don't exist anymore.
really?
It's fucking no, God no. These things they have always borderline extinct since we've been alive.
What fucking like
Yeah, you take
acid?
one and you measure it though. It's not like you have to have you take one, you weigh it. And it's like okay.
I appreciate the fact that you're rationalizing this. I have no fucking idea how much one blue whale weighs, let alone 350,000 of them.
Well, have you've never tried to lift one? God, they're heavy. They're fuckers, even underwater.
And so they have huge penises in comparison. I just never thought of a blue whale as a unit of measurement. That's all I'm getting at here.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
a good point.
I have no idea how every Sunday the United States wastes nearly 90% of recycled newspapers, because I don't know who's reading a fucking newspaper on a goddamn Sunday any which way.
Yeah, that feels like an old. Like they were like, yeah, we'll throw that one on the calendar this year.
I thought it was going to be interesting just based on the number of words on the page.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's still
Lot word does not make important.
there's the isn't the Sunday crossword puzzle particularly hard, or is that the Saturday version because you have all weekend to do it?
I think it's
it-
Friday. Friday paper?
The Friday. Okay. One of the, I do remember this is coming from my parents, Diane with one N and Alan, who used to fucking sit there and rack their brains all weekend.
I'll tell you what, man. Like I do enjoy Wordle, but I do not enjoy people who enjoy Wordle and share it to social media.
Oh, that is annoying.
fair.
You're right. That's you're enjoying a small, minute hobby, kind of rubbing in your Wordsworthy to everybody's face.
What's funny for me is like I found there's a word that has the most vowels, and it's not even like a real word. It's like azul or some bullshit. It's a real word, but like it's the word I use every time as my first word. It's not a cheat code, but it's a cheat code, and I use it every goddamn time. And I usually solve Wordle by the fourth word, but I don't tell you about it because I don't think you care.
Word.
There it is. There it is. Now I was trying to come up with another. Did you know that 400 pounds of plastic cups are dumped into the ocean, which is equivalent to 14 million koala bears every day?
It's a lot of koala bears.
Goddamn right it is. Did you know?
Not non-biodegradable ones as well. Don't forget about that. I'm talking about those real thick fuckers.
Yeah, they're going to be sticking around for eons.
Yeah. You finish your coffee, chuck that fucker in.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the koala bears. I was like,
Well,
they were
both.
real thick koala.
Yeah.
bears.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
but they smell great.
That's right.
Menthol.
They got like herpes, don't they?
Yeah, well,
Skin herpes.
I thought it was
Did
like a touch
Gonorrhea.
chlamydia / cancer, right?
yes, that's it. Communicable cancer and herpes.
Yeah,
Oh, and chlamydia. No, Wes is right. It's mainly chlamydia.
like powdered.
Because
powdered
I
cancer,
remember
fucking chlamydia. Yeah.
this was from the wildfires in this is like four years ago when we were
Yeah.
when we were hard hitting journalists covering the wildfires in Australia, and when we were talking about that, Murr brought up koalas burning to death. I'm like, I don't know, man, seems sus. They got cancer and chlamydia. You're breathing that stuff in.
But I do feel like if you're ravaged with chlamydia, there's probably a hint of herpes on the surface somewhere.
Perhaps, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just
Only on the lips, though. Only on the koala lips.
Did you know octopus ink doesn't just hide the animal? The ink also physically harms the enemy. It contains a compound called triosensase, which in humans helps to control the production of the natural pigment melanin.
Damn. I didn't know that. And I did, octopi, the plural.
Octopussies.
I was
Not
gonna
the
say,
octopussies. Not to be confused. Not to be confused with Alan's gross mispronunciation of Chinese's.
Whoa. Easy.
Octopuses are fascinating in general. Now I've eaten many of them. I've eaten probably one blue whale's worth in my lifetime.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't know that it harms the would be predator. It's wild.
Dude, there's a new like documentary about octopuses on Disney / National Geographic, all that. Like, and then there's I don't know. There's some other documentary. The bottom line is like we're fucking assholes. We are assholes for hunting octopus. Like I think at some point I feel I don't care, but I do care. I don't know. I feel at some point we need to rank animals by intelligences and
Okay.
like and make a dividing line of like where the food chain is.
Yeah, but I
Like-
mean, like, are you going to stop? There's single fishermen outside, like in Greece, who dedicate pretty much every working hour of their day to catching these fuckers and then bringing up the restaurants.
Sure,
To-
I get it.
to
I
get-
get it. But like,
And say, hey, look, you need to catch dumb fish now.
I get it. But like, well, I mean, like, but like, like dolphin, like real dolphins, not the fish dolphin, like the porpoises. Like we know that they're highly intelligent creatures, which is why everybody but Japan at this point doesn't fish for porpoise, right? Like, okay, so that would be like, okay, guys, seriously, we can't fucking kill that thing for meat anymore. But again, I will stay that I feel like I'm going to stay pretty consistent here. Like, if we find out that tigers are the dumbest fucking animal out there, it's tiger season again. You know what I mean? I don't care how pretty it is. It's a viable meat. We got to stop eating octopus. We put tiger back on the list.
Tigers on the menu, yeah.
Yeah.
Ti-
Like we know elephants are smart, so we save them. But if we found out tomorrow that elephants are dumb, like, I need a new set of piano keys. Let's go. Yeah.
Well, okay. Here is at least a little bit of a reality the way I know it with biology. And I'm pretty dumb, so take this for what it's worth. But like insects, we probably should be eating more of them.
Yeah, we should. They're good. I've eaten them. They taste like Fritos for the most part. I love Fritos. You just gotta get past that. You just gotta get past
That's
like.
such a you summarized that so well. Tastes like Fritos. I love Fritos.
Love freedom. Yeah.
Hey man, like look, Asian countries like they don't think anything of it. In Asia, grasshoppers are Fritos. That's it. They get like
Yeah.
a skewer of them. You're walking down the street like, ooh, I could munch on something. By the way, this is the Wes Fox move. Like, ooh, for some reason you rub right here, like right above your belly, between your
Right,
titties.
there's where the tum tum is like ground a little bit. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, like, ooh, I could use a skewer of crickets right now. Yeah, I got no problem with that. It's a good protein. It's lean. There's like the calories you're burning, like they're not fat. It's just pure protein. I'm fine with it. Like the problem is, and this is what I hate about politics in the world, is like they want to make us like China. Like, okay, some things about China are fine. Like they're a world power. That's okay. Let's eat their food. It's fine. We all love it. Does it have to be an egg roll form? Can we just get a skewer full of fucking protein? I'm fine with that. I think we can mix both. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah. Get a couple scorpions on a stick, you know?
That's tough to get by, though. That is tough. That's tough, like in the raw form. But then again, I also wouldn't like go out to like if I went to KFC and like, all right, like the scene from A Christmas Story when they get the duck. Hey, I don't want the head and face on it.
Right.
I
I don't
can
want
eat
the I don't want the stinger and yeah. Okay.
Oh, I
Fair
don't.
enough.
I don't want the claws. I think it's more the claws. For some reason that
That's
makes
what
it
good
real.
meat is, man.
Yeah, I was like,
You've
that's,
eaten enough crabs.
good eating, I think.
Yeah, but can't you like grind that up or something and make me like a patty?
I mean, yeah, I guess they could. Seems a little weird, though.
I guess, but I mean, look, I'm saying I'm willing to compromise. You got to be willing to compromise on your presentation. That's all I'm saying.
Fair enough. I mean, I think that like at that point though, like it's the stone crab and all the big crustaceans of the sea, you know. Christ. And these people have made billions off of Deadliest Catch. God. And those fuckers are good.
Yeah. I'm going to... Hot take. I would rather have king crab than Maryland crab.
No.
Don't get me wrong. I do like some king crab, but I think the Maryland crab's just a little bit saltier.
It's because of the seasoning. I guarantee goddamn to you, if you fucking like boiled a fucking or steamed a fucking king crab and then just doused it in fucking Old Bay and butter, like it would taste the same. It would taste exactly the same. It would be literally no difference.
See, I also like a little vinegar bowl.
That's fine too. That has nothing to do with the crab. It's not secreting that. That is on the side. That's on you. That's a flavor.
Sometimes I get a wide eye from traditionalists when I have that.
Okay. Fuck the traditionalists.
Yeah.
Fuck them. Okay?
I mean,
like.
doesn't stop me
I
from
always
eating
do
it.
vinegar. Yeah.
Moving on. Did you know, without an atmosphere, the surface temperatures on Earth at the equator would be 176 degrees by day and fall to minus 200 degrees by night? So I ask you, what's the problem with these greenhouse gases? Am I right?
That would be the ultimate like weird Running Man game show, with Schwarzenegger.
What? You got to run the equator? What do you mean?
Well, you have to survive. You have Electro and all the other fucking bad villains that he's got to get by, and then do it in 170-degree temperatures or negative 30.
I feel like daytime wouldn't. I'm not saying it would be a walk in the park or anything, but I feel like daytime's doable at 176. Like, again, I'm not saying it's. I'm not saying it's comfortable, but I feel like 170.
I don't think it's doable. You have to drink so much water. You'd have to drink so much fucking water to hydrate.
Okay, all right. I'm not disagreeing with you that it's hard, but minus 200 degrees at night, I feel like is much more difficult than fucking like surviving in 176 degrees. Because I feel like look in Maryland with like 90% humidity at like 115. Like, I mean, that's probably about 176. Like, we've done it. Is what I'm getting at. We've almost met the
I don't think so.
I don't think that nowhere there's been like a handful of places on Earth that's gotten to like 130.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I feel like I've got a sauna, a shitty sauna that I bought off of Amazon that gets up to 200 degrees, and I've sat in it for fucking 20 minutes before. Again, not comfortable, not fun, not at all. And that's 20 minutes. But minus 200? I'm just saying, I feel like daytime's more doable than nighttime. That's all I'm getting at.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yes, I can agree with that. You're right. Yeah, you get a couple duffel bags from Belgium. And just, hunker
and think
down.
about this too. There's a dividing line, right? Like, what time's the sun go down at the equator? What times it go down? Like,
and this would be with no atmosphere. Would you say?
Without an atmosphere, yes. That's not bad though. Like, I'm just saying, without an atmosphere, like we're concerned about our atmosphere. I'm not saying that the middle class holes are not concerned about our atmosphere. We are, in fact, concerned about our atmosphere.
We're more concerned about your mom and being jerk level, but
what I'm saying is like, we're not going to lose in our lifetime the entirety of our atmosphere. That's what I'm getting at here. So I'm just saying, like, that's not that bad with the zero atmosphere, which is all human life is gone at that point any which way. There's nothing to breathe. We're dead. I'd worry about the oxygen in my bloodstream than I'm concerned about the sunshine.
Yeah. What did you say it was? What was the temperature?
176 in the day, minus 200 at night.
Yeah, I mean, minus 200 is definitely a problem, but 176 would definitely kill us.
It would, but I'm saying, like, you can find shade, you can, like...
Yeah, I don't think so. Like, the study suggests 122 is probably our ceiling, and that's for, like, the best case scenario for some extremely healthy person that is not the three of us. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's not a gringo either. It's not a white person.
Yeah, it definitely ain't y'all. Go ahead and throw that out there right now. It is a brown person. It ain't fucking. It is not a European.
Got news for you. It ain't even a brown person. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. But no, yeah, I think that, like you said, at that point we're all dead, so it doesn't really matter. But no, we ain't surviving that shit.
No, we're not surviving. I'm just saying, if I had to choose, I'd choose to be hot.
So wait, what
I don't
would
know.
you
I'd
like?
probably rather freeze
With
to
that,
death than fucking bake to death.
would it digress any more on the other
On the
meridians?
poles, yeah, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Is like if everybody like collaborated in like Greenland and Antarctica, you'd probably be all right.
Yeah, I mean
Okay.
that makes the most sense because the world population is notoriously famous for working together to make sure everyone receives the resources and safety they need to live healthy,
Right.
happy lives.
I'm going to Anchorage, Alaska, and seeking out Maria Athens.
Boom.
That's where I'm going.
Yeah,
Potential Emmy winner.
you just got to run for mayor first.
It's right.
And finally, did you know a snood is a type of hairnet used
Oh.
to protect and shape mustaches?
Oh, I didn't know where that was going. I knew a snood is also what you call the little sacky thing on a turkey. The little gobble gobble gobble. Yeah,
Damn.
it's a snood.
I wonder if they use those. I wonder if traditionalists, they would cut that
Mhm.
off
I
and then
think
shape your mustache.
like in England, you know how like we have like the neck warmers and we just pull them up like regular like gangsters. They
Like
call them
Alan
they
just
call
called
them
himself
snoods.
a Brit.
No. I'm just
No,
saying.
you said
Like
how we in England.
no,
I
I
think
said
that's
how we use neck warmers. I was at when I started my sentence. I said in England, and you know how we use neck warmers.
okay. All
Yeah,
right. All
they
right.
call them snoods. I think because of the turkey neck
Mm.
bunch gobble thing.
Gobble gobble.
Yeah,
So a mustache former.
a mustache template.
Alan? Can you Google a mustache snood? I would like
Yeah,
to see, but because I get like a hairnet, because a hairnet generally protects like others from your wayward follicles here. But how to but this sounds like it's protecting the mustache and then also shaping it. Now I'm just wondering how.
Because mustaches need protecting, bro. It's a lot
Hey
of.
man, I'm somebody
I
finally
see it.
noticed. Somebody finally
I see.
noticed at work, and I was like, "Shut the fuck up!" Like, what? What do you mean? And I'm like, "Look, I've been doing it gradually, so you fuckers don't roast me." And he's like, "All right, all right, all right, all right, all right." So I'm gonna
You can
keep.
roast me for this, but my mom didn't pose nude anywhere.
So I'm continuing to do this, but again, I'm doing it ever so slightly so that no one notices at work until it's just a fully fucking formed thing, and then maybe I'll shave all the scruff off. You find anything, Alan?
I'm looking. I'm looking. I don't know that these are commonplace these days.
No, they're
It's
I would assume the answer to that question is no.
I see a lot of uh like the neck gaiters with mustaches on them cartoonishly. Uh so that's kind of like what we're talking about. Hold on, let me see. Like I had like I have this picture of this guy, but I don't really know what it's doing. I don't understand the concept here. Like I get it, but I don't get it.
SNOOD? Is
Yeah.
that what you?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. So like this guy.
Okay.
So like
I
maybe like I think it's maybe under here and pinned down. Like, and there's a lot of Reddit threads being like, "Should I use a snood? I'm trying to make my handlebar mustache." And I was like, "Well,
that
you're
is ridiculous.
just a
That was
douche."
like,
Uh, like
well,
this, I feel like this is probably kind of like also it.
no, that's no, no. No, that's what Taco Bell gives you when you've got
Yeah,
fucking weird piercings and a fucking bad facial hair. I've made this might be closer to what a snood actually is because it sounds like, oh, it's raining out today, darling. Do you know where my snood might be lurking? that seems more like what this is. It's like this guy's gonna go to the theater. Not this guy, but a guy.
God, I'm not going to the theater with this guy.
Yeah.
It's got a fucking skin graft.
yeah.
But somebody's going to the theater and they've just waxed their mustache and maybe it's raining out and they need to protect their mustache so it stays curly.
But if you just waxed it, that thing's holding up through a hurricane, baby.
I think
You
so.
know what I mean? I don't know.
You think so? Is that what you said? Why can't you just do this? Put your fucking hand over it. a normal fucking person. If you're
That's
not
a good
worried about
point.
your mustache, you have to put on this goddamn a snood.
Because you've got your cane to twirl and
Yeah, you've got lots,
That's right.
lots of
And your-
Your
things.
hands are
A
preoccupied.
monocle. Yeah.
your monocle to
Yeah.
hold in place.
Pocket watches to check. Yeah. it's all
Sure,
kinds of stuff.
sure. Got a lot of things your hands need to occupy. Fair enough. Okay.
And that,
I'm
my
wrong.
friends, is your friend or foe. Or your fucking Fun Fact Friday. What the fuck it is. That, my friends, is my fourth beer in an hour.
That is your snood and blue whale waiting. Tonight, before you go, this hits the heart of a couple listeners of ours. Actually, the two people that I co-host the show with, who are major Phish fans. Phish, over the past 40 years, the legions of dedicated fans have followed them, the Vermont jam band, no matter where it goes. This time, it just happened to be in Las Vegas for 4 nights at the 2.3 billion immersive arena. Didn't know about that. No two Phish shows are the same. And while the band has played Vegas 26 times before, this quote unquote sphere offered a game changing canvas for his signature light show. So it's a big goddamn red donut. It's on stage. People can walk through it. And while Phish is just fucking you can walk through it. It's a dedication to fans, right?
Look, I don't like Phish. I don't like jam bands. I don't like
You don't like
Phish.
octopus. You don't like blue whales. You don't need any of that shit.
Look,
Oh, sorry. My bad.
bottom line is, I watched some video of Phish performing in the Sphere, and I would go to that show 100%, 100% of the time. I would take a plane to. If somebody said, "Hey, man, I got an extra ticket to see Phish," I'm like, I would roll my eyes, and they say, "In the Sphere," and I'd say, "Are we bringing mushrooms? Because we're going 100%." Dude, that looked amazing. I mean, I feel like I would enjoy Rush at the Sphere. There's so many things that I hate that I feel like that Sphere would resolve my hate for, because it's such an immersive, like, 4D experience. Like, what's his face? Drew Carey. I don't know what show he was on, but apparently he went. He's like, "This is my first Phish show, and let me tell you something. They edge you for about 3 hours, and then at the very end, you have a 15-minute orgasm." I'm like, holy shit. I trust you, Drew Carey. I trust you. And then I saw footage of it on TikTok and shit, and I'm like, no, because, like, there's one, it's obviously psychedelic music. That's generally, like, Phish is just an offshoot of the Grateful Dead, and it's meant to expand your mind in some capacity. If you're off in this fucking mind journey, that's what Phish is there for. And to me, just like that visual experience mixed with their stupid ass jam bandy bullshit, that's the perfect venue for it. I would go 10 out of 10 times. If you offered me a ticket to go see Phish at the Baltimore Arena, I'd say, fuck you and your family. I will murder them in their sleep, and I will fucking cut them up and make you eat them in front of me. At the Sphere? I'll see you on Wednesday.
That's to say, like, because you guys do shit on Phish a lot, and I'm not actually a Phish proponent. I'm more or less indifferent, but you two have really clowned on him a lot. That testament is pretty compelling.
Yeah, bottom line is that there's a time and place. Set and setting, right? When it comes to your mind expanding fucking experiences, set and setting. This seems like you've got these two fucking entities that just need to mesh together. And that Sphere looks awesome. I don't care what I see there. I want to go there to see anything. I don't care what it is. I watched a giraffe, like, virtually eat a plant out of somebody's hand. And I was like, I gotta go to Sphere.
Yeah. It looks pretty sweet.
Alan, would you go watch Phish?
Alan, you're in?
Alan, would you come?
Basically, your answer verbatim is my answer.
Thank you.
I fucking hate Phish. I hate Phish people. Fucking yeah. All of that stuff. But I'm down with mushrooms. Those are cool. I'm a big fan. I'm down with giant light shows on mushrooms. So that's the thing. Yeah, like basically everything Murr said. If you invite me to Phish any other time, I hate you, and I hope you never call me again. But if you invite me to fish at the fucking Sphere, all right, let's do it. Let's get
I
to it.
almost feel like if you ate mushrooms and saw fish at the Sphere, I think the only way you can enjoy fish without the Sphere is on mushrooms. I almost feel like the mushrooms would make it so too fucking intense. I feel like I would leave there liking fish, and I'd be like, "Fuck, I fucked up."
Yeah, and then you'd be traveling around, fucking going to fish shows, not hearing, not being able to identify songs because they don't have songs. They just fucking play music for hours on end. Like,
If
yeah,
you want to call me baby, beep, boop, boop,
that's
boop,
right.
beep,
Yeah,
boop, 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 boop,
That's
boop.
exactly how it goes. Actually,
that's the Spin Doctors, but yes.
No, but it would be Fish covering the Spin Doctors. Come
Oh
on.
shit! Mind
It's like,
blown.
I always wondered how Fish fans tell each other that they like about songs that they like because there aren't songs. It's just noise. It's just random jams. They're like, "Hey man, did you watch Jam 37? Oh, fucking March 31st in Camden, New Jersey. Whew, that was a barn burner." And you're just like, "Dude, that's how you identify songs? Like, this band sucks." But hey, people love them, man.
They have to timestamp every
Yeah. I have tons of
every
friends that
concert,
are
yeah.
fucking super into it. Oh, and they like, no other band is a jam band either. Even though those bands jam very heavily, they're like, "That's not fucking jam band. So that's not Fish. Fish is the only Fish is the pure essence of jam band. All right." And you're just like, Jesus Christ! All right, settle down. Get the fuck out of here. Go eat some peyote.
Well, folks, hey man, if Fish is making a pit stop to a town near you and they got the Sphere in hand, fucking rock and roll, right?
Yeah, sign us up. We're in. We'll buy
If,
the
they,
mush-
if they've got a 5-story spherical building, traveling with them, definitely go see
if
them.
you're in one of the only one of one cities that has a giant spherical LCD, you give us a call when Fish comes to town.
In Vegas.
Yes,
Maybe
we know.
Sphere,
We're well
the
aware.
Sphere travels. The Sphere travels.
Just roll it on over.
Yeah, it's like the traveling Sphere band. Alan, tell all the Sphere wannabes where you can find the middle class souls.
www.fish.com. It's PHISH. No, you can find us on all your favorite social media platforms. We're at MDL Classholes on Instagram and Twitter. We're the Middle Class Holes on Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. Fucking all that other fun stuff. And then, of course, for your listening pleasure, check us out. Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. I think that's it. Do we got anything else?
No, we got a couple of listener comments. This is a good one. This is the VP Poo Police. This is where my vice president of operations identified a female coworker pooping in the toilet. User 3107434467488. I'm not making that up.
Nope, that's a special number to that person.
Right. Could have been changing to tampon.
Could have. It's probably smelled like poop. So
Poop's funnier though.
From your specific description of speaking with your VP of operations, feel like that would have been a separate notebook.
He knows the cadence. It's
Yeah.
too good. This hold on, I'm trying to remember what this is from. iRobot Safe Word. This thing came out last week. Call McCool writes, smack. I'm coming with crazy fist. Huh, it's fine. He's not doing anything. Spumoni.
I think he misinterpreted what the AI safe word was and
Okay.
interpreted it as a sexual thing, whereas we were saying no. This is the AI has decided it's sentient and doesn't like our bullshit anymore, and we were going to shut it down.
Gotcha. Okay. I thank you for that. I appreciate the
you're-
interpretation. Lastly, hold on. I think I got one here. Oh yeah, this is from a Instagram post. It's not even a video. It's a post where I have like a rotisserie barbecue, and one of the things looks like a vagina. NCFU fan 1977 writes, "That's a delicacy in most parts of the universe, not just most parts of the universe, right here in our own backyard." Thank you for that comment. Made me chuckle. Oh,
Nice.
alrighty. Well, hey, it's been real. It's been soy. It's been fishy. It's been octopusy. It's been whale weighted, and it's been well. It's been well. Check us out next week. I think we need to get Adam on here soon. We'll figure that out afterwards. But otherwise, folks, appreciate you joining us.